हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं लुसेंट जीके के टॉप 200 मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस जो आपके आने वाले कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। चलो शुरू करते हैं। पहला क्वेश्चन, हु वाज द फाउंडर ऑफ गुप्ता डायनेस्टी? सही उत्तर है श्री गुप्ता। व्हिच बैटल लेड अशोका टू एम्ब्रेस बुद्धिज्म? बैटल ऑफ कलिंगा। द अशोका एडिक्ट्स वेर मोस्टली रिटन इन विच स्क्रिप्ट? सही उत्तर है ब्राह्मी। Which Chinese traveler visited India during the reign of Harshvardhan? सही उत्तर है Huinseng. Nalanda University was primarily a center of learning for which religion? सही उत्तर है Buddhism. Which Gupta ruler is known as the Indian Napoleon? Samudragupta. The mathematician credited with explaining the concept of zero is Aryabhatta. Who wrote the Arthashastra? Chanakya. The Sangam literature is primarily associated with which religion? Which region? Tamil Nadu. The Navaratnas, including Kalidasa, adorn the court of Chandragupta II. Who introduced the Mansabdari system in the Mughal administration? Akbar. The religion Din-e-Ilahi was founded by Akbar. Who founded the Vijayanagar Empire? सही उत्तर है हरिहरा and Bukka. The first battle of Panipat was fought between Babar and सही उत्तर है Ibrahim Lodi. Next question. The Gol Gumbaz, one of the largest dome in the world, was built by Muhammad Adil Shah. The Dargah of Sufi Saint Moinuddin Christi is located in Ajmer. Which sultan is credited with introducing market control reform? Alauddin Khilji. Who was the first and only woman ruler of the Delhi Sultanate? Raja Sultan. The Battle of Haldighati was fought between Maharana Pratap and the forces of Akbar. Who wrote Akbarnama? से उत्तर है Abdul Fazl. The doctrine of less was introduced by the Governor General Lord Dalhousie. Who founded the Brahmo Samaj? सही उत्तर है राजा राममोहन रॉय. The Ilbert Bill controversy occurred during the viceroyalty of Lord Ripon. Who founded the Arya Samaj? सही उत्तर है स्वामी दयानंद सरस्वती. The partition of Bengal was carried out by Lord Curzon. Who founded the Gada Party? Lal Haridal. In which year did Jallianwala massacre take place? 1919. Who was the viceroy of India at the time of Jallianwala massacre? Lord Chelmsford. In which year did Simon Commission visit India? सही उत्तर है 1928. Next question. Who presided over the Lahore session of the INC where Pune Swaraj was declared? Jawaharlal Nehru. The Pune Pact was signed between Gandhi and B.R. Ambedkar. In which year did Cripps mission come to India? सही उत्तर 1942. Who was the last viceroy of India? Lord Mountbatten. In which year did cabinet mission came to India? 1946. Which constitutional amendment is popularly known as mini constitution? 42nd Amendment. The concept of judicial review in the Indian Constitution is borrowed from which country? सही उत्तर है USA. Which article of the Constitution abolishes untouchability? Article 17. The anti-defection law is part of which schedule of Constitution? 10th schedule. Who was the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution? सही उत्तर है डॉक्टर अंबेडकर. Next question. Which amendment added the word socialist and secular to the preamble? सही उत्तर है 42nd amendment. The Office of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India is established under which article? Article 148. Which article empowered the president to declare a national emergency? सही उत्तर है आर्टिकल 352. The directive principle of state policy are enshrined in which part of Constitution? Part 4 of Indian Constitution. Impeachment proceeding against the president can be initiated in? सही उत्तर है either House of Parliament. The Indian Public Service Commission is established under which article of the Constitution? Article 315. Which amendment reduced the voting age in India from 21 to 18 years? सही उत्तर है 61st Amendment. Money bill can be introduced in which House of Parliament? सही उत्तर है लोकसभा. Who act as the ex-officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha? सही उत्तर है Vice President. The 73rd Constitutional Amendment is related to Panchayati Raj. Which soil type is most suitable for cotton cultivation in India? सही उत्तर है black soil or regular soil. The Tropic of Cancer passed through how many Indian states? सही उत्तर है 8. Which is the largest saltwater lake in India? Chilka Lake. The Western Ghat, also known by which other name? Adre. Which Indian state has the highest total forest cover by area? Madhya Pradesh. The Red Cliff Line demarcate the border of India of which two countries? Pakistan and Bangladesh. The river Narmada originates from which plateau? Amarkantak Plateau. Next question. Deccan Traps were primarily formed due to volcanic activity. Which Indian city is known as the Manchester of India? Ahmedabad. The Durand line demarcates the border with two countries. Pakistan and Afghanistan. Which is the largest mangrove forest in the world? सही उत्तर है सुंदरबन. Loktak Lake, the largest freshwater lake in Northeast India, is located in which state? सही उत्तर है मणिपुर. Which Indian state is the largest producer of tea? सही उत्तर है असम. The southernmost point of India Point is located on Great Nicobar Island. Which wind system is responsible for the majority of India's annual rainfall? Southwest monsoon. Who proposed the theory of relativity? Albert Einstein. What is the pH value of pure water? 7. Which part of human brain control balance and coordination? Cerebellum. What is the SI unit of radioactivity? Becquerel. The DNA fingerprint technique was developed by? सही उत्तर है Alex Jeffrey. Which hormone is known as the fight or flight hormone? Adrenaline. Chandrayaan-3 successfully landed near which of the moon in 2023? South Pole. Deficiency of which vitamin causes scurvy? Vitamin C. The process by which plants lose water through their leaves is called transpiration. Who discovered penicillin? Alexander Fleming. The Green Revolution in India is most closely associated with agricultural centuries. M.S. Swaminathan. The Bombay Plan was proposed by a group of industrialists. Which committee recommended major banking sector reform in India in 1991? Narasimha Committee. In which year was the IRDA in the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act enacted? 1999. In which year was SEBI given statutory status? 1992. Which tax reform replaced multiple indirect tax in India? GST. Indian Lucas policy was later renamed as APSC policy. Which was Indian Special Economic Zone? Kanla's Special Economic Zone. The Bretton Woods Conference led to establishment of which two institutions? सही उत्तर है IMF and World Bank. This investment referred to sales of government stake in public sector enterprises. Who wrote the autobiography Wing of Fires? सही उत्तर है APJ Abdul Kalam. The Pulitzer Prize given for excellence in journalism, literature and music belong to which country? सही उत्तर है USA. Who became the first Indian to win an individual Olympic gold medal? सही आंसर है अभिनव बिंद्रा. The Adre Phalke Award is associated in which field? Indian cinema. Who is known as the missile man of India? APJ Abdul Kalam. Ramon Magsaysay Award is named after a former president of Philippines. Which Indian classical dance form originated in Tamil Nadu? Bharatanatyam. Sangeet Natak Academy is Indian National Academy for Music, Dance and Drama. Who was the first Indian woman to win an Olympic medal? सही उत्तर है Kanna Maileswari. Jnanpith Award is given for excellence in which field? सही उत्तर है literature. Booker Prize is awarded for excellence in which field? Fiction writing. Who was the first Indian to travel to space? Rakesh Sharma. The annual Khujuraho Dance Festival is held in which state? Madhya Pradesh. Gitanjali Sri became the first Hindi author to win the International Book Prize for which novel? Tomb of Saint Red Samadhi. Who was the first woman judge of the Supreme Court of India? Fatima Bibi. Who founded the Mauryan Empire? Chandragupta Maurya. The Indus Valley civilization site of Lothal is famous for it. Dockyard. Which Veda contained the famous Gayatri Mantra? सही उत्तर है ऋग्वेदा. Who was the first Tirthankar of Jainism? सही उत्तर है ऋषभनाथ. The famous rock-cut Ajanta caves are dedicated to which religion? Buddhism. Who was the court poet of Samudragupta and author of the Allahabad Pillar inscription? Hari Sen. The third Buddhist council was held during the reign of which ruler? Asoka. The famous iron pillar at Mehrauli known for its rush resistance, belong to the reign of Chandragupta II. Who was the Greek ambassador sent to the court of Chandragupta Maurya? से उत्तर है मेगास्थेनिस. The Kushan ruler Kanishka capital was located at. से उत्तर है पुरसापुरा. Who founded the slave dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate? से उत्तर है कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक. The Qutub Minar was completed by which ruler? से उत्तर है इल्तुतमिश. Which Mughal emperor shifted the capital from Agra to Delhi and built the Red Fort? से उत्तर है शाहजहां. Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, was born in which present-day town? Nankana Sahib. The Battle of Talikota, which led to the decline of Vijayanagar Empire, was fought against the confederacy of Deccan Sultan. Who was the founder of Maratha Kingdom? से उत्तर है शिवाजी महाराजा. The Jap revenue system based on measurement of less was developed during the reign of Akbar. Malik Kafur was a military general under which Delhi Sultanate ruler? Alauddin Khilji. Sher Shah Suri introduced which famous currency, a precursor of the modern rupee? Rupiah. The famous Sun Temple at Konark was built during the reign of which dynasty? से उत्तर है ईस्टर्न गंगा. Who was the last ruler of Delhi Sultanate before the establishment of Mughal Empire? से उत्तर है इब्राहिम लोदी. Which Mughal emperor built the Ibat Khana at Fatehpur Sikri? Akbar. Who founded the Sikh Empire and established his capital at Lahore? Ranjit Singh. The peacock throne Tak-e-Toas was commissioned by which Mughal Empire? Shahjahan. Which medieval Bhakti saint composed the Ramcharitmanas? Tulsidas. The Indian National Congress was founded in the year? Say उत्तर 1885. Who was the first president of the INC? Say उत्तर है W.C. Banerjee. The non-competition movement was launched by Gandhi in which year? Say उत्तर है 1922. The non-competition movement was withdrawn following which incident? Say उत्तर है चौरी चौरा. Dandi March began in which year? Say उत्तर है 1930. Quit India movement was launched in which year? Say उत्तर है 1942. Who gave the slogan "Do or Die" during the Quit India movement? Say उत्तर है महात्मा गांधी. The Rowlatt Act, which led to widespread protests including the Jallianwala massacre, was passed in 1919. Who founded the newspaper Young India? Mahatma Gandhi. The slogan "Swaraj is my birth and I shall have it" given by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Indian National Army under Subhash Chandra Bose established a provisional government of Free India in which country? Say उत्तर है Singapore. Who was the founder of Forward Bloc formed within the Congress in 1939? Subhash Chandra Bose. Champaran Satyagraha, Gandhi's first major movement in India, was related to farmer growing which crop? Indigo. Muslim League was founded in which year? 1906. The government of India, which introduced provisional autonomy, was passed in which year? 1935. The Indian Constitution was adopted by a Constitutional Assembly on which date? 26 November 1949. The fundamental duties of Indian citizen were added by which constitutional amendment? 42nd Amendment. Right to education is provided with which article of the Constitution? Article 21A. Article 32, which allows citizens to move to the Supreme Court for enforcement of fundamental right, was called the heart and soul of the Constitution by? सही जवाब है B.R. Ambedkar. The minimum age required to become a member of Lok Sabha is? सही उत्तर है 25 years. 21 ईयर है पंचायत राज के लिए और 35 ईयर है प्रेसिडेंट एंड वाइस प्रेसिडेंट के लिए. द मिनिमम एज रिक्वायर्ड टू बिकम ए मेंबर ऑफ राज्यसभा इज? सही उत्तर है 30 years. हु वाज द फर्स्ट स्पीकर ऑफ लोक सभा? सही उत्तर है जीबी मावलंकर. इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्लासिफाइड legislative relationship between the union and the state into how many lists? Say what are 3 lists. Which schedule of the constitution deal with the allocation of seat in Rajya Sabha? Say what are 4th schedule. The concept of directive principle of state policy has been borrowed from the constitution of? So उत्तर है Ireland. How many times has national emergency been imposed in India up to 1975? So उत्तर है 3. Who appointed the Chief Justice of India? President. The concept of federal system with a unitary bias in the Indian Constitution has been borrowed from? Canada. Which article of Constitution provides establishment of Finance Commission? Article 280. The preamble of the Indian Constitution was amended by which Amendment Act? 42nd Amendment. Which is the longest river within India? Ganga. Which is the highest peak in India? Kanchenjunga. Which is the largest state in India by area? Rajasthan. The Sardar Sarovar Dam is built on which river? Narmada River. Which Indian state has the longest coastline? Say उत्तर है गुजरात. Which is the smallest state in India by area? से उत्तर है गोवा. The Park State separates India by which country? से उत्तर है श्रीलंका. The Indira Canal draw water mainly from the confluence of which two rivers? से उत्तर है सतलुज and Bias. Majuli, the largest river island in India, is located in which state? से उत्तर है Assam. Which type of forest is found in the Sundarban Delta region? Mangrove forest. Chilka Lake, the largest coastline lagoon in India, is located at which state? Odisha. Which mountain range separate the Indo-Gangetic Plain from the Deccan Plateau? Vindhya Range. Which is the oldest mountain range in India? Aravalli. Which Indian city is situated on the bank of which river Sabarmati? Ahmedabad. The Thar Desert is located mainly in which state? Which Indian state? Rajasthan. Which gas is most abundant in the Earth's atmosphere? Nitrogen. The SI unit of electric current is ampere. Which blood group is known as universal donor? O negative. The study of heredity and variation in living organism is called genetics. Which organ in the human body produce insulin? Pancreas. The permanent hardness of water can be removed by adding washing soda. Which vitamin is synthesized by human skin in the presence of sunlight? Vitamin D. India's first indigenous built nuclear power submarine is named INS Ariant. Aryabhatta, India's first satellite, was launched in which year? 1975. Which scientist produced the law of planetary motion? Kepler. Reserve Bank of India was established in which year? 1935. Which 5-year plan is known as Gadgil Yojana? Fourth 5-year plan. Niti Aayog replaced which erstwhile body in 2015? Planning Commission. The concept of deficit financing referred to government spending more than its revenue. Which committee recommended the establishment of NABARD? Shivaram Committee. India's first bank established in 1770 under European management was Bank of Hindustan. The term mixed economy refers to an economic system combining features of capitalism and socialism. Which organization published the Human Development Index? UNDP. The currency note of India are issued by Reserve Bank of India. Stagflation refers to the situation of stagnant growth with high inflation. The Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award, was first awarded in which year? 1954. Who was the first Indian to win the Nobel Prize? Rabindranath Tagore. Khel Ratna Award, India's highest sporting honor, has been renamed after which hockey player? Uttar Dhyan Chand. Kathakali classical dance from originated in which Indian state? Uttar Kerala. Who composed Indian national anthem Jana Gana Mana? Rabindranath Tagore. Who composed Indian national song Vande Mataram? Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. The Paramveer Chakra, India's highest military award, is given for bravery during war. Who was the first woman to become the president of the INC, Indian National Congress? Annie Besant. Sahitya Academy is in Indian National Academy for Letters. Who was the first Indian to win the Nobel Peace Prize in Economics? लास्ट क्वेश्चन है का आंसर है अमृता सेन। अब यदि आपको ये वीडियो अच्छी लगे तो लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब जरूर करना। थैंक यू वेरी